the sake of my mental health, I need y'all to check in with me because I can't be the only one noticing this shit, right? Why is it that in America, we have more fitness centers than anywhere in the world or any generation before us, but none of us are actually fit? We have more vitamin and supplement centers than anywhere else in the world or any generation before us, but none of us are actually healthy. They don't do that in other countries because in other countries, they get their nutrition from their food, which leads me to my next point. We pay more on a daily basis just to obtain regular food, and none of it has any healthy or nutritional properties at all. It's quite the contrary. It's actually poisoning us and making us sick, where we have access to the best medical advancements and technology ever to exist. We're still a nation chock full of obese, diabetic, cancer patients. We have an abundant amount of mental health resources, but we're all suffering from anxiety, depression, or insomnia, potentially all of the above. We sleep more than we ever did. We're always tired. We drink more water than ever before. We're constantly dehydrated. We work harder than we ever have. We're always fucking poor. We have insane skin regimens, but we're aging in fucking dog years. Like, I just can't fucking wrap my head around it. I seriously can't. Never before in the history of America or in any other country have they put such a large amount of money and attention into health and beauty and not been healthy nor beautiful. And why do you think that is?
Today I want to start this video off with something a little interesting that I looked into after I did my video on AI before we get into the reason why you stopped by the channel. You should check that video out at the end of this one. I had AI generate my profile picture from its original placeholder form to the current logo. I could have modeled my logo myself, but I wanted to check out this AI technology. And this is the result. It also added some additional features that the concept doesn't have. Details all the way down to the fingerprint smudges on glass 1. There are some free AI links on the web with limitations, of course, unless you create an account. At some point, I'm going to see if I can generate an AI video from text for the channel. AI is definitely a game changer. I'll leave some links in the description below if interested. Now onto the video as we try to make sense of it all, starting with this comedian and his issues with the English language.
So it raises a very interesting point. Why in God's name throughout the English language have we been spelling out words when letters are already nailing the sound? Like if you've already hit the noise with one character, hey, tools down, you've hit your KPI, break for lunch. Like words like, you know, like C, U, B, letters are already nailing that, guys. Like the one that annoys me the most is the word that's spelled Q-U-E-U-E. And the most ironically spelt word in the English language, there's 4 vowels standing in a line thinking, I could be anywhere right now, but I'm uselessly standing at the back of this fucking queue.
Okay, so let me make sure I got this right. If I make my girl mad, I gotta fix it. But if she make me mad, then she gonna be mad at me because I'm mad and I still gotta fix it. Make it make sense.
So in America, if you cheat to get into college, you can go to jail. But if you cheat to get into America, you can go to college for free.
I love this guy's TikTok. But it's so true. It really is. It makes no sense.
No. He's got a point.
Somebody said the guy at the shop giving him the side eye. I didn't even notice that. Let's zoom in on that. Somebody else said, amen. Yep, and promised $2,200 per month for the rest of their lives. Not many elderly today get close to that with their retirement. Somebody else said, yep, with a free phone too. You really just get ushered into the country just because you broke some laws.
I'm not a real fan of Kevin Hart, but sometimes he has his moments. And one of those moments made it to this video.
Oh my God, look who it is. We still have beef after all these years.
There's no beef. We've grown up. Right? We've matured.
Or you look much.
Well, now, I mean, finally.
How does Kevin fare up against the likes of Will Ferrell?
Oh, don't do that.
That's a good question, because I've been wondering this the whole goddamn time.
I hold this man in the highest regard possible.
What does that mean? Let's take the Band-Aid and rip it off, because the people want to know.
People want to know.
If you got salt, at the end of the day, take the top, twist it, put the salt behind you. It's going to leave a trail, right? Cayenne pepper is only hot if you taste it twice. Okay? All right, so let's get to it. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going to walk the beat of a drummer, here's my thing. Are you using your hands or sticks? If a pig is going oink, what's his tail look like?
Hey.
What?
Turn that off.
Don't be rude.
Come on, just turn it off for a second.
Don't disrespect.
No, because it's on repeat in this house, and I just need to ask you a question. Don't listen to that dude's mouth.
What's the question?
Well, I want to know, what gives you women the right to complain at us men that want to play a video game for like 3 hours, but you guys can sit in front of a mirror for 5 hours and play dress up and face paint like you're some little kid?
For one, it ain't 5 hours.
It is.
Like an hour.
No, it's like 5 hours. Trust me.
Whatever.
It's definitely. Just make it make sense to me because I just don't understand.
And two, we're not sitting there yelling at the mirror, are we? Being annoying? Like a little 2-year-old?
I'm yelling at the person I'm playing. It's competitiveness.
Yeah.
You should try it.
Gotcha, bitch!
You should fuck off.
I need y'all to break something down for me because I just don't get it. I don't get it. My mind can't comprehend what is being told to me right now. So I hop in my car and there's a warning light that comes on, and I Google the warning light and it's telling me that I need to go get my tires rotated. Are they not rotating right now as I'm driving down the 4-lane? Will they not be rotating on my way to the appointment to get my tires rotated? It makes no sense. And I know that I'm just a girl. And that's the part that scares me, because I'm afraid these men mechanics are like, oh yeah, we see that one coming, let's take her money. Because it makes no sense. Like, why would you take them off, put them back on, when they're still going to be spinning the same way at the same time? I just don't get it. There's a lot of things that I don't get, and I'm like, oh well, I don't care, I'll never get it. But this is one thing I'm trying to really understand. Make it make sense.
Let me see if I can help you out with at least one of several possible outcomes.
So let me get this straight. If I get trafficked and raped, done all kind of horrible things done to me, and I kill the person, I go to jail. They give me life. Gypsy went through what she went through. She orchestrated her mother's murder. She master manipulated another person to take the life of her mother because of the shit that she was going through. She gets out of jail. She gets glorified. She gets network series. She gets interviews. While the victim, who's been trafficked, stays in jail for killing the person that trafficked her? Make it make fucking sense.
Only in America will the legal system sympathize with the perpetrator. There's this thing in the US where certain types of criminals that the legal system is aware of are freed, although these criminals have a track record of certain types of crimes documented on file. After processing, days later they're back on the streets tending to some unfinished business, although the legal system knows them as a threat to society. Let's look at a potentially bad situation that our legal system has intentionally placed this man in that could lead to a tragic situation.
The man who said he robbed a bank to get away from his wife will now have to spend the next 6 months at home with her. A judge in Kansas City sentenced Lawrence Ripple to home confinement for robbing a bank last September. He told police after the robbery he'd rather be in jail than at home with his wife. But he also blamed his actions on his depression and was remorseful at his sentencing.
The courts won't take any accountability if this outcome becomes
tragic.
Let's continue with the justice system and head on over to UK and see how they handle court proceedings.
You have been committed for sentence, having pleaded guilty to an offence of publishing written material which is threatening, abusive or insulting, intending thereby to stir up racial hatred. The context of your offending is that it arises out of the civil unrest and disorder in many parts of the United Kingdom. On the night of the 2nd and 3rd of August, the Britannia Hotel in Leeds was attacked by people who threw missiles which damaged windows. The police were called, and on the 3rd of August the hotel was locked down for the protection of those who were living there. At the time there were 210 occupants, many of whom were foreign refugees and asylum seekers. Similar attacks to the hotel were launched on the 4th of August. The police attended on each occasion, and units were deployed to safeguard the hotel and to provide an increase in the police presence in the area. In between the two attacks, you took to social media in order to encourage others towards participation in the attacks upon the hotel. As is recognised on your behalf, this offence is so serious that an immediate,
how about expeditiously,
custodial sentence is unavoidable. Would you stand, please? The sentence that I pass has been reduced by 1/3 to reflect your guilty plea. The sentence is one of 20 months imprisonment.
The defendant was caught, charged, and convicted within 2 days of his social media post. Talk about a speedy trial. If you thought the punishment for a social media post was the focus, then you must have not taken a look at this guy's headpiece. Is that part of the uniform? Make it make sense, UK.
Could somebody explain to me how NASA can get data from 4 billion miles away, but I keep losing my Wi-Fi signal in the kitchen?
What do you call a dog with no fur?
A hairless dog?
No, a chili bean potato.
It's the stupidest shit ever. It makes no fucking sense.
Do you get it?
Chili bean potato, no.
Yeah, it's a chili bean potato.
Nothing makes fucking sense. Life makes no sense. You're on a planet right now. You think you're in America? Zoom out. You're on a space rock floating in nothingness, infinite nothingness, and the infinite nothingness is expanding. That means endlessness is getting bigger. That makes no fucking sense. We all just act like it's normal. Like, oh, everything's made of molecules. Okay. Got it. I'll never think about that again. I'm made of molecules, you're made of molecules, the air between us, it's all made of molecules. That makes no sense. These molecules know they're molecules. These molecules are like, oh, I'm Pete. That doesn't make any sense. This stool is made of molecules, the same molecules in my hand. In fact, some of the molecules in this stool went into me while I've been talking, and some that were me have gone into this stool. And you know, when I knock these molecules into these molecules, when we ask science why don't they go through each other, you know what the answer is? We don't know. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so I have a question for TikTok. I've been doing some thinking, right? There are millions of people on this app. Millions. A lot of people. I have 11,000 followers, a little over 11,000 followers. 11,000 people. Okay? Why are only 200 people seeing my videos? There's millions of people on the app. I have over 11,000 followers, and only 200 people have seen my video. The math ain't mathin'. I'm trying to make it make sense. So that means my followers aren't even seeing my videos. So what's the point of them following me? So,
Okay, y'all. Gotta know. Watch this video and I'll come back behind it. I don't understand anymore. At all. Just watch the video. I'll be back.
Electricity, 25% increase. Auto insurance up 33%. Used cars up 35%. Hotels up 15%. Groceries. This matters. Up 25%. And this is a big one. You need $11,434 additional just to maintain the same living standard that you had in 2021. Did y'all get a raise?
No.
Between now and then? But that's what's happening. Rent is up 30%. Mortgage rates doubled. It's getting worse, not better. So what do you tell yourself about what you're going to do, how you're going to go about climbing out of this? Because we're headed in the wrong direction.
All that, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, that is called Bidenomics. That is called Bidenomics, and we are very proud of Bidenomics.
You guys seen that, right? That's facts. The numbers don't lie. Okay? So, my point to this is, I run loads back to back some weeks. I stay broke. I run a couple loads a week. I stay broke. I run no loads. That's a given. I stay broke. I'm an independent. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. If you are actually fighting the social issues, then motherfucker, you must be paying your bills with no problem. You must be putting gas in your tank with no problem. You must be putting food on the table with no problem. While the rest of us are having problems. I don't give a shit what your social beliefs are, your religious beliefs, or anything. What I care about is whether I can feed my family or not. You know, 3 years ago, I was making 6-figure income. I ain't making shit now. I'm broke every week. And most weeks I go in the hole. So, for my liberal friends out there, and my Democratic friends, them numbers don't lie. The news may lie. All major news, whatever channels may lie. But them numbers right there don't lie. It's right in front of your motherfucking face. So is this how you want to live just because, I don't know, because you have a social stance? Do you have money in the bank? Are you getting your bills paid? Are you putting food on your table? If so, keep doing what you're doing. But for the rest of us, and with that being said, do you honestly think it's democracy? We're going broke. Nobody can afford shit. You got somebody that's actually running for president now that was never voted in. Ever. For anything. To be a candidate. And you guys are alright with that? You guys are alright that your votes literally were hijacked. I don't want to hear about this policy, that policy. I don't care. Would agree to disagree. But here's my problem. We're all broke. And that's socialism for you guys. That's what socialism does to people and to a country. We're broke. And I'm tired of starving, y'all. Have an amazing day.
In this next video, we're going to head on down to fucking Australia.
Welcome to fucking. I will now show you fucking a beautiful village situated on the doorstep of the Austrian Alps. Behold the fucking church. Of course, Catholic, with the priest currently away taking up a missionary position in Congo. Here we have the fucking school, where the fucking children learn everything there is to know about fucking. Ihr geht's in der Schule?
Ja, zusammen.
Zusammen. I must say, I more and more enjoy fucking children. They are really polite and so innocent.
I know what he meant by that last statement about children, but no matter how you meant it, it's always going to sound creepy no matter what the context is. And with that said, I'm going to leave you with this, and until next time, peace, and I'm out.
So Joe Biden, who was a senator for 36 years, vice president for 8 years, and president for more than 3 years, is blaming Donald Trump for all of America's problems.
That's baloney. It doesn't make sense.
You know, these aren't jokes. These are thoughts. These are things that make you say,